Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Mimi.
I'm Matt.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Grandpa. No, I'm sorry, I'm Papa.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Back up, ladies. Back up. Hey, kitty. Screech. So you're telling me that we're gonna change up the way we do everything around here?
Well,
Yeah.
in my meeting with several nutritionists and everything, this is a way to feed that is cheaper and easier.
Oh my goodness,
So-
that you can stop right there. That's
right
all I
up-
need to hear.
that's right up
Cheaper
my alley.
and easier. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We're finishing off morning chores on a beautiful day on the farm. Things have been going very smoothly. The chickens haven't given me too many problems. Now the turkeys, well, you know how the turkeys are, little rascals. Now we got a few different things that need to be accomplished today. Nothing super serious, but there is one job we've been trying to accomplish for about a week and a half now that we just haven't been able to get to. And if you guys know anything about the farm, you know that a lot of the jobs that we do are time sensitive. Things don't stay ready forever. And yeah, when it comes to everything that we raise and harvest, that is true. So although we haven't been able to get this job accomplished, it's not end of the world just yet. Give it another week, then it might be. If you look over my shoulder, you will see one of our silage bags that we had produced last year. And those silage bags are very important because it gives us a really healthy feed to give our cattle all winter long. Now we were checking our schedule, and last year we had already got all of our silage taken care of by this point we're at now. So we are a little behind, but that's mostly due to the weather. It's not like we're not prepared. We are prepared. Right here, we actually have our bagger. This is not ours, we rent it, which is another problem. But yeah, we have our bagger here ready to go. If the weather agrees with us, we can get started. We have a local dairy farmer that we get all of our calves from. His name is Jeff. Jeff is wonderful. He always helps us with harvesting our silage every year. And we've been trying to find a date where it would be perfect for the chopper, perfect for him, perfect for us. And it's just been very difficult. Now we have the bagger here. We're ready to go. But as you can see, very gloomy today. We're actually scheduled to get some storms this morning. And interestingly enough, this entire week, it's been storming every day. So we have not been able to get out and harvest our silage. Again, which normally wouldn't be a problem. But when we look at our records, we look at our schedule, we are behind. We don't like being behind. We like when things just are right on time. That feels good. So with us needing to get the silage harvested, and then on top of that, everything we have to pick, and working at this place, which has been just crazy. It's been a little hectic on the farm the past couple days. So you could imagine everybody is itching to go. We're all ready to get our silage harvested, but the weather won't agree. So once the weather starts agreeing with us, then things will just go smoothly. Now we are happy about the rain, but we're also not happy about it. For one, we haven't been able to harvest silage. That's a problem. Two, every single day that we get rain, it gives our tomatoes more opportunities to split on us, which is something we definitely do not want. Now we've been able to stay on top of the tomatoes. We've harvested basically everything that's ripe, but it's still a concern, and it's something we've been thinking about. If we continue to get rain like this, which it's looking like we might, it's not gonna be good for tomatoes. Now on the opposite end of that conversation, the rain has been nice for a few different things. It's helped our peppers out, it's been really dry. And two, it's helped our cabbage, broccoli, kohlrabi, and cauliflower. So the rain's brought some good, it's brought some bad, but you guys know how we are. We're just gonna work with what we got. We're all pretty happy around here. What are we working on this morning?
Salsa.
Salsa, is this hot or mild salsa?
This is hot.
Oof, we love our hot salsa. That sounds good to me. So over there was the hot salsa Grammy's finishing up. And this right here is some apple butter. Whoa!
Is it raining already?
It.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I told you, it's been a real problem.
How are we gonna get any work done? Every time I turn around, it's raining, and rain makes things beautiful. I'm not gonna be able to stand myself.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness. You're gonna be just looking in the mirror all day. What are we gonna do? And this is why we have not been able to get our silage taken care of. And this is why we've not been able to get a lot of jobs taken care of. Nobody wants to be out working in the rain. But since it's raining, I can bring you down into the largest greenhouse to show you that things are starting to empty out around here. Now, as we get into the colder months, we're not gonna be putting anything different in here. We will get this all emptied out and then we'll just clean it up. We have to go through with a cleaning solution, clean all these tables. We will scrub our floors. We will do a whole bunch of stuff in here. Disconnect all the water lines. But it's still a little bit early to be concerned about that. One thing I will note, the mums have been flying out of here. So if we get all the mums out of here, there's no reason to have this place all opened up and have the water all connected. So if we sell everything, then we can get it closed up earlier. The only thing that we will bring in here is some items that we'll need for the start of next year. So once we get back into March, February, March, we'll need different types of soil in here and a few other items, which we can worry about that later. We got all winter to worry about that. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, I know it's raining. I'm glad I'm not the only one working out in the rain. What are you doing today?
Having fun, getting wet. What else?
Oh, Joel, it's such a wonderful day.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The rain is out. The clouds are here.
Oh,
Can't think of a better day to work.
boy, I love summer. It's fall. Whatever. See you later.
Oh, because we sit where you're standing.
Because the weather outside is not agreeable right now, Dad and I are inside the cooler. We're working on getting some things filled up and some other things. Right now, we're bagging potatoes. I'm taking a little breaks because my clothes are all wet from being outside helping people. And it gets cold in this cooler, especially when you're, you know, wet from the rain. Oh, I just hit the ceiling. Normally with the potatoes, what we'll do is we'll store them downstairs after we wash them. However, it's been a little too warm to store them downstairs, so we have them up here in the cooler, and this is where we've been bagging them at. So many of you are not used to seeing us do this job in the cooler, but that's the reason why, because we can't store these downstairs. It's too warm. The potatoes will begin to rot or grow eyes, so we just have them here in the cooler, and it's been working out pretty good, except your hands get cold. That's the only problem. That's a little underweight there. You're gonna have to add some more in. Oh, you gotta go get more. Oh, who did that?
Rhonda.
Oh no. While Dad and I were in bagging up potatoes, Matthew was packaging up some of his pepper shooters that he did. These are delicious, and if there's any available, I'd be eating them right now.
I ate one.
That doesn't surprise me.
I donated the peppers.
We're still dealing with a little bit of drizzle here, but Dad and I are making our way over to the side-by-side. We got a few baskets here that we're gonna be bringing out to the tomato field. My seat's dry, Dad. I don't know about your seat. Nope, Dad's seat's not dry, but mine is definitely dry. We need a few round tomatoes for the weekend, so not so much plum, just round. You know it's raining out there.
I hid underneath one of the hay feeders while it was raining.
Oh, good.
Is the hay, does that work better on edge?
Huh?
Does it work better on edge?
Very much so. I'm seeing a lot less spoilage.
I want to, like what percent? Don't smile at me, I asked the question.
I would say I was probably getting about 5 to 10% spoilage with it laying on its side. With it's laying on its bottom. With it laying on its side, I'm seeing under 5%.
Well, that's good. Boy, these new tires kick up a lot of mud. I'm gonna get mud all over myself.
You want me to put the old ones back on for you?
We got rid of the old ones, you can't do that. You just tell me whoa when you want me to stop.
Whoa! Oh my Lord, there's tomatoes laying here.
What are you gonna do?
Pick them.
Look at this little patch of tomatoes. Wow, these are gorgeous. Not gonna be difficult to fill baskets today. That one was rotten on the bottom, I felt it.
I can't get over how solid these are.
Yeah, I don't remember tomatoes being this solid. If you would have told me that some of these tomatoes were grown in a high tunnel, I'd have believed you they look that nice. Just try and get something done, you get rained on. It was like no rain, no rain, no rain, and now we got rain every single day. I heard the guy who fills his basket first gets to go sit in the side-by-side while it rains. My basket's full. It's okay, Dad. I heard the guy that fills his basket second gets to sit in the side-by-side too.
I hope so. This is not cold.
Yeah. Cold or windy. That's the problem.
I'm glad we have a windshield.
Yeah, windshield is nice.
Yeah. This would be a good opportunity to talk about how many tomatoes should we plant next year?
Probably the same amount. If they do this well, less. But you never know what's going to happen next year. We might not have good weather like we did this year.
Maybe I won't be able to pick as many tomatoes. I'll be in my 60s.
You'll be old next year.
I'll be old next year.
Oh no.
What's going to happen? How long until Callie can take over for me?
She's probably ready now. She likes picking tomatoes. The rain that came through must have just been a tiny little band of rain because it is already finished. Dad and I are back out picking again. Back where we want to be, picking tomatoes. We get asked a lot why we will take the time to pull the tops off these round tomatoes, and we don't do it with the plum tomatoes, and the reason for that is because the plum tomatoes have thicker skin on them. These round tomatoes, the skin can get pretty thin. So what we'll do is we'll pull the tops off the tomatoes, because when we have them in the baskets, the top of the tomato, the stem could puncture other tomatoes, which would not be good. Especially if it's a wet cut, there's a higher chance that it could rot. So what we like to do is make sure that we pull the tops off of all of the round tomatoes to prevent that from happening. Now, in one of my previous videos, I was talking about how the rain that was coming, which is what we're dealing with now, and what we could get in the foreseeable future can cause a lot of issues. One of the things I mentioned was splitting, and a lot of people were agreeing with me in the comments that that's something that they're concerned about too. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because currently I'm not seeing too much splitting in the tomatoes. We've been doing our best to be proactive when it comes to harvesting the tomatoes. That's why you see us taking a lot of the pinks and lighter colored tomatoes. That way they don't get the opportunity to split. We've been doing that earlier and earlier every single year, and we've seen it working out for the best. Now, there's only so many of us, so we've been trying our best to harvest as much as possible, and I think we've been pretty successful. Everything that we've been able to pick, we've been able to sell. That's the #1 goal, and we felt really, really good about how the plants have looked and how everything else we've been taking care of has looked lately. A large percentage of tomatoes are made of water, so when you start to raise that percentage a little bit, it's very easy for these tomatoes to split open. One thing I will say, Dad and I were noting this, is how there's not much left on these plants though. So a lot of the tomatoes have already been pulled off, which is a good thing. These tomatoes are Determinate variety, so that means they push all their growth on at one time. They all ripen at the same time. You don't really get a long extended harvest. You get kind of a few pickings where you really can go through. That's one of the reasons why we raise so many tomatoes, because we are raising Determinate varieties. Now, in a lot of places you can get away with raising non-Determinate tomatoes. For us, it just seems to work best. Our weather can sometimes be unpredictable. This year has been kind of an outlier. It's been really nice for a really long time. It hasn't gotten too cold yet. We haven't been getting those late season rains like normal. But as we continue to progress through the year, Determinate tomatoes have always been a benefit for us. Now, if you live somewhere where the weather is maybe a little more predictable or more conducive to growing tomatoes, sometimes you can do non-Determinate. But for us, this just works out, and it's one of the reasons why we grow so many tomatoes. That way, we can make sure we get all our orders taken care of. And on a nice year like this one, we can get more than just the orders taken care of.
What's important to remember, we're working on borrowed time now. We are getting towards the 1st of October. Usually we frost end of September. So whatever we can pick from here on is just a bonus. We don't need non-Determinate because we don't have an extended growing season. We're happy to get the best that we can get now, and we'll keep picking until it frosts.
Look at the size of these 2 tomatoes I just picked. They're like huge. Look at that one next to my head. Delicious. So Dad wanted me to show you how things have been going. We started at that basket of tomatoes right there, and we have moved to where Dad is at. And look at all the baskets. We've 3, 6, 8 baskets of tomatoes, and we've moved 10, 12 feet. How'd we miss this spot? Everywhere I look, there's more tomatoes. This is what caught my eye. Look at the size of this round tomato. This thing caught my eye. Look, that's a palm filler. But then when I was getting ready to start picking this little area, look down here. Here's more. I better get started here. If you guys were to ask me what my favorite thing to pick was this year, I think it'd be an easy answer. Tomatoes have been my favorite thing to pick this year. After tomatoes, probably peppers, maybe. Peppers or sweet corn. I've enjoyed picking sweet corn this year. Everything has looked so good. We've been really happy with what we've seen. I don't know if I've talked about this much, but Matthew and I did sauce this year, and we did 75 jars between the 2 of us, which is a lot of sauce. It was 3 half bushel of tomato. Now, I'm sure many of you do sauce as well, but for us, it was our first time doing it, and it went very, very well. We liked it. I was eating it last night. It tastes better than it went. You know, that's always the best part. But it's not hard to have plenty of sauce around when you got tomatoes that look like this. One of our friends that was over while Matthew and I were making the sauce, they said to us, why don't you guys just sell tomato sauce this year since you have so many tomatoes? And we thought about it for like half second, and then we remembered how busy we are already, and the amount of work that went into making the sauce. It was worth it. It was really worth it. But for Matthew and I, our first time doing it and doing just 3 half bushel, it took a very, very long time. And yeah, I don't got all that extra time lying around. It would be fun to make your own sauce and sell it, but it definitely ain't happening this year. Look at this tomato, Dad. It's huge. Wow. I know. Hey, look at this. Look at this. I've told him to look at like 15, 20 tomatoes today. I set my basket down right here just to see if I can fill it up completely without moving it. I just found a spot where it's absolutely loaded with tomatoes. So I'm gonna see if I don't even have to move the basket to get this thing filled up. It's looking very promising. You know it's good when the basket's 3/4 full and you haven't really even grabbed what's underneath you yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to fill this basket without even really moving it. That's how prolific these plants have been. And the fact when I look behind me, I don't see any tomatoes coming, helps you to appreciate that this is a clean harvest. Clean harvest where as little is gonna go to waste as possible. Big old basket. Which I don't think there's much more than what you can ask for, what we've got right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. I got pretty wet. It was raining again and we just never stopped picking, so it is what it is. We're running out of time when it comes to picking, so Matthew is bringing the wagon back for us right now. We're able to get our 16 baskets of round tomatoes, and we've got 2 extra baskets on the side-by-side. We want to try and grab some broccoli before we go home. The broccoli, oh, it's looking good. Broccoli? It's a broccoli picking day. It is a broccoli picking day. Don't ever remember seeing tomatoes like this, man. It's been a while. We're gonna leave the quad in the wagon here. We're taking the side-by-side over to the broccoli. We want 2 baskets. So we had picked broccoli yesterday. Looked really good because we added water to it and it's been raining. Stuff's been growing. Where's the windshield wipers? I don't got windshield wipers. Yo, get out of the tomato! Now, hey, turn around. Turn around. Turn around, I thought we were going to get broccoli.
Yeah, I want to go from this end out.
Oh my. Now we're really desperately needing broccoli. So usually we let this stuff grow for a while, but since we don't have any broccoli back at the farm, and we've got so many people asking for it, it has to be cut. Yeah, I hate to complain, but my pants are getting wet. Just so you know, Dad.
I can't imagine you have something to complain about, Andrew. I hate to say something, Andrew, but my pants are getting all wet.
Now, when I said it, you called it complaining.
Least you can do is knock the water off the leaves before I have to come through.
Wah, wah, wah. Boy, I'm excited for this cauliflower.
Looks nice, don't it?
I think that's Eastern Crown. So we do, what did we do? Eastern Crown, Emerald Crown, and then for the hot. Good spring crown. And that should about do it for broccoli. What are you talking about?
My beautiful sweet corn. Look at this.
You have deer running through it. I see their stalks knocked over. The deer are running through. Here's the broccoli that we just got. Beautiful. What was that?
We gotta get home. It's starting to rain. We gotta get home.
Yeah, I think the rain is the least of my worries right now. Picking broccoli's my biggest worries when it comes to getting wet.
You're only wet from the knee down.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
What are you doing? Crawling? The stuff's only a foot tall.
Well, you raise broccoli that gets so big. What am I supposed to do?
No, only his low knees are wet. His high knees not wet.
Yeah, my high knee's not wet. My low knee's wet. You know, it hasn't stopped raining since we put out this irrigation pipe.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
Yeah.
Hey, driving the grass so you're not throwing mud on the tomatoes.
Of all days where I think the rain would keep people away, it does not. Let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different vehicles. They're probably all here for broccoli, Dad. Well, I just had something very cool happen. Just got back from picking. There is a husband and wife here from South Korea. They came over from South Korea and they came to see me while they were here. Isn't that cool? We're having hot dogs for lunch. And just blew me away. There's someone here from South Korea. That's so cool. All right, we're here in the back room right now, and I've got something important to tell you. As you guys know, we have our merch. We got the hats, we have shirts, and we've got hoodies. And Matthew and Tracy, they kind of handle taking care of all this stuff, and they said, make sure you mention the hoodies so that everybody can get their hoodies before it gets cold. So I just want to take some time, mention the hoodies. They're really, really nice. I'm wearing one right now. Fits good. Mine's probably a little bigger. You guys see the back here, Joel?
I got you. I'll hold it for
Okay,
you.
see, there's the back. Okay.
Beautiful.
What do you think? I just wanted to mention it. They told me to remind some people, if you want to get a hoodie, website will be in the description, theveggieboys.com. You got hat, hoodie, shirt, and we're also thinking about adding some other stuff, maybe beanies, maybe some shopping bags. We don't know yet. It's just throwing around ideas. But yes, I just wanted to mention this. They had told me if people were looking for sweatshirts, now is the time to get them. Don't wait until it gets too cold. Get them now. Hey everybody, little change of scenes. It's very late. It's 11:30 at night. Forgot to end the video. After we got done with work, Lauren, myself, and Callie, we went to a local fair. We had a great time. I was gonna bring the camera, forgot to bring it, sorry. But the babies, Lily and Ronnie, stayed home with my mom and dad. Yeah. Sorry, it was a good day. Yeah, I gotta get up early tomorrow. So that means this is where we're gonna end the video. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.